Hello, how the perps read back your thoughts. Telepathy. It seems like telepathy. It seems like they're saying what you're thinking. What is actually happening is nothing of the sort. Nobody's reading back your thoughts. What is actually happening is it is a kind of a closed environment where your thoughts are being picked up. They're being read by this system, and they are being converted. It's very, very fast. Artificial intelligence. They're being converted into sound and algorithms, and then they're being fired back at you, and in a way that makes it seem as if other people are actually saying these things when they're not. So they're actually your thoughts, or pieces of your thoughts, bits of them. You know, people don't think in nice little sentences with commas and full stops, etc. People think associations and snatches of things, and that's how they come back to you. And it's also how they're able to do it very quickly, and it appears that other people around you are saying it. And it links into when you believe that gangstalkers are everywhere, and people are saying the same things wherever you go, because that's exactly the same system they're using. It's artificial intelligence, and they're just, how that works is it's pretty much the same, because they've got you hooked up to this system where they can send you whatever they want you to hear. And it's not, if you're thinking like how stereos work, and how, it's not done that way. It is done in a kind of, it's different. It's algorithms, and it is also silent subliminal sound, and it's kind of brainwashing. And it goes to that part of your brain that hears the words very clearly. And your brain is tricked into believing that what is being transmitted to you, people around you saying it. So you'll hear it in people's voices, and also in canned music in malls. Anything that is not really, if you've got headphones on, they can't really do it then because it's too loud. But anything that's like background noise or canned music, shopping mall music, music in stores, music somebody's listening to on the bus, on the headphones, anything like that, they can do it. And it's continuous. So there's not somebody there pressing a computer. Oh, they're getting on this bus. Let's do it now. It's continuous. This transmission of these sounds, these words and sounds, are just continuous. Subliminal hypnosis is continuous. So naturally, whenever you go where there is sound, it could even be a fan. It could be an engine. It could be running water. Your brain is tricked into believing that sound is saying these words. That's how they do it. It's sick, it's evil, and it's twisted. And that is also how the apparent telepathy is accomplished. They'd love you to think that these people are aliens. And I'll explain who this perp is in a minute. And I'll play a bit of the video. Yeah, so they would love you to believe that these people are aliens, and that they're reading your mind, and that they know what you're thinking. And they want to make you paranoid, don't they? Because the whole thing of this system is to get you to act out and do something ridiculous, false flag, because they want a military police state. They want to control people. Or it's to get you to do yourself in. They don't mind that, because that's more calamity. In chaos, they want this chaos. Either that, or they just want to, any of these three will do. They just want to isolate you and break you. And ultimately, I think they want to mind control you. But anyway, which is what this is. It's absolutely ultimate mind control. And they want you to believe that wherever you go, people are reading back your thoughts to you. They really do. And they're not reading back your thoughts to you. No more than people everywhere are saying these same things. They do have gangstalkers doing this. And if you take a video and a recorder out with you, or one or the other, every time, you will be able to tell over months and years who are the real gangstalkers and who are the artificial intelligence, the transmissions. They don't want you to do that. Most people can't be bothered. Most people just take what they see at face value. And them are the type of people that end up getting hooked up into this and believing that there's aliens. I mean, I'm not saying that people doing this are not extraterrestrials. They're definitely a completely different makeup than me and most other people that seem to be targeted. But I'm on about the actual system that's used. That they're trying to convince people that this is going on everywhere and stuff. And It isn't. It's what I've just explained. Now, this photograph of this man here, he was, this is how they do this, you see. He was on the public transport when I was going into town. And they do it all the time. They'll have somebody sit near me on the public transport and going down, and they'll act a bit strange. They'll act so that I get their they get my attention. And then what they do is, I don't know what time, after I've been shopping and everything, I don't know what time I'm going to go and get the public transport going back home. I've no idea. It could be 2 hours, could be an hour, could be 3 hours, could be less. Doesn't matter. What they will do is, that person that they've had sitting near me on the journey, the outward journey, they'll have them get on the same board, the same public transport on the way back. This is the same guy that they did it with. And there he is. And they're always near you. They're always watching you, and they're always near you, you know. And they do this to create paranoia, so that when you're on the way down or wherever you're going, they have the person near you and they get your attention. They do something bizarre, and they'll have them on the journey back as well. So you think you're followed. And what actually happened on this occasion is he's quite a scruffy man. Sometimes they use smartly dressed people, you know. Sometimes they use all types of citizens. So anyway, what he did on this occasion is, when I got on the tram, I was going home. A police officer was on the platform. He just come out of nowhere, and he went over to the police officer and pointed at me when I was on the tram speaking to the police officer. And I thought this was a bit strange, because he'd sat near me on the tram coming down, and he was obviously observing me. This is why I've got these pictures of him here. So it's done to try and create paranoia. And it might happen once, but when it happens every single time, you have a person doing this, and then they get the public transport back, they sit near you on the public transport. This guy didn't get on the public transport, probably because I've got pictures of him. He probably was aware I was taking them. So that's what they do. And this is also used in the where you think people are reading your mind as well. They do this with perps. They have them sit near you and do stuff, and they're not reading your mind. What it is your thoughts are being sent at, not the speed of light, but they're sent very fast to this computer or whatever it is. It might even be people near you with gadgets. I don't know how it's that side of it, but I know it's done. And then it's transmitted, your thoughts are like retransmitted back to you in a form of silent subliminal sound with an algorithm, so that you believe that people are saying it. Just the same as when they do the subliminals and they constantly transmit them to you, and it makes it sound, tricks your brain into believing that people around you are saying the things. And obviously, if they did it all the time, you click onto it, like I have. So what they do is they use real people. This guy's a real person, you know. He's a real person. But they don't use them as much as you might think. They might use maybe 3 a day, something like that. Okay, so that's how it's done. That's how it's done. You now know the big secret behind how these people are able to read your thoughts. They're not.